Greetings, welcome, and good day. You are now tuned into the second episode of the Seasoned Vet Podcast. I'm so happy you can make it to another chapter of the show. This week we're joined by a shooting star Navy Nepo Baby, and when I tell you it was an absolute pleasure sitting down with this young sister, I mean even in listening back to the interview I was buckled over with laughter. This sister joined the Navy at the end of 2019 and is already an E5, but that's what happens when you're focused and career-oriented. And it probably doesn't hurt that her mother was a Navy senior chief who, even in retirement, is guiding her to greatness. While young in rank and time in service, she has still managed to be met with several forms of adversity. And that's something she's learning to navigate her way through, with a bit of guidance, of course, from her senior chief mother. That's why I've gleefully named this episode. She get it from her mama. Friend!
Wait, stop. Okay.
Nope, we keeping all of this. How's it going?
Chilling.
That's what's up. So, you look great. You look excited or whatever. I hope it's been a good day. Has it been?
Been a day. It's been cool.
Cool. Y'all, she nodded her head at first. I was about to get on her. It's like, don't nod. This is audio, bro. I can't take head nods. All right. So, first question out the gate is, what is your connection to the service? What branch did you join? How long have you been in? Do you have any family in the service?
Oh damn, oh, that's a lot of questions. Okay,
I'm sorry. All right, the first question was, what is your connection to the service?
Okay, I'm in the Navy.
All right, Navy, come on.
Best branch.
It's cool.
That's the best one.
Is it go blue or go khaki or go white? Y'all have so many colors.
We have two colors. It's navy blue and gold. All right, navy blue and gold all the way.
Go Navy.
Oh God.
Go somewhere, Navy. Just go. just go already.
Sounds good. Come from the people who don't get funded as much as we do.
You are correct.
Exactly.
We po. We down bad, woman. You show right. Look, we in the hood. Our boats are on drag. Like, we trying. Not hard, but we trying. So how long have you been in?
3 years since December.
3 years. Let's get it. Oh, that makes you 3 years, 2023. So you're a pandemic sailor.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you went through boot camp in the year 2020?
No, I went through boot camp December 9th, 2019. Damn.
2019. Oh,
yep.
So as soon as you got out of boot camp, it was go time for COVID though.
It was more like as soon as I had the last third of my A school, then they started going heavy with the COVID. They was like, oh shit, COVID here. Y'all gotta put on masks.
Oh,
I wasn't there for that. I left right before that. All right, let me tell you, we was gone. Then I came here. They're like, oh yeah, you got a ROM. I was like, what the fuck is a ROM?
Right.
What is that restriction? Something moving? Oh shit. They're like, yeah, you gotta stay home. Ooh, stay home? I can do that. Look now.
ROM sound real good right about now.
Them 14 days sounded real crisp.
Can I get some more ROM, please?
Big. All you had to do when your sailors, when your shipmates was exposed, put me on the list. I was exposed to secondhand COVID. All right? Secondhand COVID.
Nice, go good. Do you have any family in the service?
I'm actually a third generation female sailor.
Come the fuck on.
So my great aunt was in the Navy.
Come on.
Right, she was an ITCS.
A senior chief?
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
my mom just retired on Friday as a CTNCS.
Another senior chief?
Yep. And now I'm in the Navy. And then I have a cousin in the Navy too. He's an HT. He's a second class stuff. We ain't gonna talk about that.
Hey, second classes are the business, don't
yeah. My dad, he was in the Navy. That's actually where my mom and my dad met. They were boot camp booths.
Aww.
And every time they said something about it in boot camp, I was like, look, they're right. I'm a product of a boot camp boo. It don't work out. Just let it go. It's cute. The idea is cute. Look, right? It look, sound good, look better. All right? And then I had a cousin. She's in the Marines, or she was in the Marines.
Right on.
We military for
y'all are heavy
in different branches too.
In different branches.
I think all we missing is somebody in the Air Force. But I've had my grandpa, my mom's dad. He was in the Army, and then my uncle. He's in the Army. He actually was the officer officiated for her retirement.
Come on.
Yep.
I love this. All the services. All of them.
Except for the Air Force.
Except for the Air Force. And it sounds like the Coast Guard is... Hey, people forget we even exist, so it's fine.
Y'all are Department of Homeland Security.
Okay.
Not Department of Defense.
I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing. You are right on all fronts. I really just be telling people I'm in the Eagle Scouts.
Stop.
It sounds... Look, it gets me more street cred.
Look, the National Guard.
Look, I'm just trying to get respected, all right? Like, yo, I'm actually a Girl Scout.
Hey,
would you like some cookies?
Look at this, though. Y'all doing better than the Space Force.
Right. Come on.
Y'all doing better than the Space Force. Y'all up there. All right?
Like, we got like a hair more street cred than the Space Force. Like, they have no street cred, and we are like backcountry roads street cred. Like, everybody else got highways. We got backcountry roads. Space Force is... Fuck it, they the space, man.
Look, they got dirt roads. At least y'all roads paid.
Right? We got ours paid.
Y'all got asphalt.
Look. We doing it, man. Shit. I bet you can drive on it, though. I bet you that. All right, man. So, was the Navy your first choice of service?
Actually, it wasn't.
It wasn't?
So, no. My first choice was actually the Army. Because I used to see all those commercials.
Oh,
and
the
I was
Go
like,
Line?
yeah, I was like, I want to be a soldier. I want to do that. And then my parents was like, if you join the Air Force or the Army, you will be disowned. I was
Wow.
I don't think they were serious, but I think they were serious on the low.
They said our baby go learn how to swim.
Exactly. And then I was like, okay, well, I'll join the Marines because I saw their drill, and I was like, damn, this shit's so fucking sexy. Because I was in ROTC. Yeah. So I was real hot on the drill. That was my shit, man. And to see them march like that, I was like, damn. I said, I'm going to get me a little Marine husband.
Come on.
For real. And the females ain't bad, too. But I was like, damn. I was like, this is what I'm going to be. Look, and then I saw their PT standards. I was like, 3 miles. Damn, that shit looked tough. Pull-ups.
Look, you wouldn't run 3 miles for your Marine boot? A Marine bag?
I'll drive 3 miles. I'll send you a postcard. FaceTime.
I heard that.
And then so I was like, you know what, the Navy. That sound cool. Sound like the place to be.
It sounded cool.
Advancement rates, the advancement rates high. So I was like, okay, make money fast. Right.
That's what's up. So how do you feel about your time in uniform so far? Has any particular period stood out for you?
I want to say no, not really. I mean, with me growing up, a military brat, I mean, I was already my life. So I was like, not new to the game, I'm true to the game. For real. Like, I remember being on deployment, everybody talking about like, oh, I miss my husband, or oh, I miss my family, oh, I miss my kids. And I was like, oh, I ain't called my mom since we left. Like,
wow.
Wow. Like, damn. But what's crazy is my mom was actually, like, for the first half, I think it was like the first month, we had some type of inspection or something to go through called Com2X. My mom was actually on board the ship for that.
Right on.
Yeah, so she was sleeping in my brother and everything.
Aww.
And I definitely used those cheap hookups for the laundry.
I love it.
Let me tell you.
On a boat?
On the definitely used the hookups. Definitely.
I'm with it. I get you.
Wash, folded, signed, sealed, and delivered.
How do you think your experience so far could have been improved or could be improved?
I feel like people, if they took their own head out of their ass, I feel like that we could actually get somewhere. Because most of the time, I really realize that the Navy itself is not bad. Legit, all they tell you, hey, do your job, come here on time, show up in the right uniform, and just be there, right? Mm-hmm. But then people start getting their feelings involved, and it just gets messy. I feel like if people just didn't give a fuck and just did their job, I feel like it'll be so much easier, dog. I feel like it'd be so much easier. So, yeah.
So these people with their heads in their ass, would they be higher ranking than you, the same rank as you, or lower ranking than you?
I really found out that the more junior sailors really just, especially like junior sailors of this generation, really just don't give a fuck. Like, these motherfuckers are wild as hell. If you saw how many people we have going up just for like some stupid shit, like, these motherfuckers are bold.
When you say going up, you mean like getting
going
massive?
Up to mass, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like, for some bold ass shit. Like, I just be like, I mainly find out it's like the more like the chiefs or the more junior officers that are really like pressed for no reason. And then, like, the newer first classes, they're pretty chill. But them old seasoned salty bitches, oh, hell no. Damn.
What is the pettiest thing, the smallest thing you've seen someone get mastered for?
Oh, legit? Oh. Okay, hold on. So, let me see if I can tell the story right.
You don't have to say their name. You don't even have to say
No, I don't know the names, to be real with you. I just know it was a junior sailor, legit, and a chief had told him to fix some part of his uniform. And he was basically saying, okay, I got it, but I guess he said it was some type of attitude.
Wow.
So then the chiefs had pulled him in the back, like in the office. It was actually my chiefs who did this. Pulled him in the back in the office and like was talking to him, and then like it was like because they were ganging up on him, so of course he felt threatened. But so he was like, "What, are we gonna fight or something? Like what? Like what y'all doing?" Basically asking them what the fuck is good. Right. And then so I know he got mastered for that.
Wow.
Yep.
So he got mastered because number one, it sounds like he had an attitude with a superior ranking officer.
Yep.
And then they may have felt threatened.
Which doesn't make sense.
Weird because they were surrounded.
It was like 3-on-1.
Look.
So I don't understand it. I don't know.
They didn't like him. But I don't think that he liked them either.
Exactly.
When you bring complaints up to your chain of command, do you feel that you are being heard?
Nope. Not at all. Not one single bit. Not one grain of sand. Not a salt. Nope. Nothing. Nope. Not at all. Like a lot of times when I was getting counseled and stuff, it would usually be because like I didn't get a task done or I had an attitude with somebody. And I try to tell them, I was like, it's not that I have an attitude. It's just that when I talk and I care about what I do. So I'm very passionate about it. Mm-hmm. So I talk with a lot of passion and I'm real serious about my shit. Because if somebody's going to tell me that I'm not doing my job, like I'm going to be pissed off. Like you're not going to tell me I'm not doing my job. That's not going to happen.
And if you don't mind us asking, what is your job?
I'm an administrator. So basically I deal with evals, awards, correspondence, instructions. I also deal with the 3M, which is just like maintenance, keeping track with maintenance and all that good stuff. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I also order supplies for my department. So they call RPPOs. Mm-hmm. The 3M stuff is called Work Center Soup. And then I also coordinate and run all the promotion ceremonies. So if officers are getting promoted, I do their promotion letters. If there's like a frocking ceremony, which is us just getting pinned to the next rank but not getting paid.
Right.
They're a form of indentured servants, let me tell you. I also coordinate those and make the letters for those. And then if we have a mapping ceremony, same thing. I'll make the letters and I coordinate the events. So if someone tells me I'm not doing my fucking job, like I'm gonna be pissed off. I'm like, what? What you talking about?
Administration. You are very important.
And not only that, like I do a lot outside of my rate too. So my rate, topsider, admin, right? But I also have my hand in a lot of like engineers and DC stuff, damage control.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm
as an admin person, you're doing
exactly.
You're doing engine work?
No, not like engine work, but like damage control, firefighting type of thing. So I have my red hat, which is signifying that I'm part of a flying squad, which basically like first responders.
Okay.
Like especially underway, if some shit was really to go down, like the flying squad would get called away, and we'll go to GQ. So I had my red hat. I'm like one of 4 topsiders that have a red hat.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm real serious with my shit. Real serious. But number 1 team leader right here. Let me tell you something.
Right on. I'm with it. That's what's up.
Oh, wait, no. To go back to the question, though. Hold on. No, I do not feel like I'm hurt. Because a lot of the counselors and stuff I'll get basically be like, well, if you're being overwhelmed, like, you should tell us. You should talk to us. Why don't you talk to us before talking to other people? Mm-hmm. And I was like, I do tell y'all. Like, every day I tell them, I'm like, yo, I'm tired. Yo, this is too much. Yo, I got a lot going on. Yo, this is a lot. I'm like, yo, I need help. Like, they're like, well, why don't you train a relief? Well, what time? What time do I have to train a relief? Like, I'm telling you, from when we get to that bitch at 07 to when we leave, or I used to leave because I don't work there no more. When I used to leave at 1800, I was either doing paperwork, maintenance, RPVO stuff.
7 to 1800?
Yes. Let's not. Yes.
Girl.
Yes.
This is a very long day.
Exactly.
So your days last the whole week, all right.
Exactly. Exactly. And there was one point, like, I really stayed behind, like, out of my free will, right? Because I could have gone straight the fuck home like I wanted to. Everybody else left early that day. And I was like, you know what? I'm already here. I stayed to like 2000.
Wow.
And I think I ended up being late because that's when I was moving my houses and I left my cat card home. Because it wasn't in my spot because, you know, I had just got home. I had just moved here. I didn't have, like, spots. I didn't have spots established. So I left my cat card at the house. And they had written me up for that, too. And I was like, I'm your sailor who stayed here. Free will to help y'all out because y'all talking about how we all overwhelmed and stressed and shit.
Right.
You gonna write me up? Bitch, get the fuck out my face. Like, really, you can really blow me with that shit. Like, that's wild. And I told my mom about that, too.
You told Senior Chief?
I told Senior. Senior had to know.
Wait, was she still in at the time?
And they knew about her and everything. So my mom real pretty too.
Nice.
Right? She real pretty. So a lot of like the khakis and stuff, they make jokes like, oh, did your mom ask about me? Like both of my chiefs have always been like that.
Inappropriate.
No, okay, so my first chief, right, that was like, I would say my shipboard father, right?
Okay.
He was...
Your sea daddy?
That's my nigga. All right, real shit. That's my dog. That's my dog. But he would always be like, your mama asked about me.
Get out of here.
And it'd be so funny. But then my next chief after that, my next YNC after that, he do the same shit. And I really just be looking at him like, she don't like your ass. Little do you know. Because I tell her fucking everything. And that's when people be like, oh, because, you know, she's been on there, so a lot of khakis know her, have her number and stuff. Actually, one of the ops khakis, her husband, my mom's husband, put him through season. Oh. So, like, they real intuitive.
Wait,
so,
what season?
Chief Petty Officer season, so Chief Boot Camp.
Oh, okay.
So, after that, like, they always tell me, like, oh, I'll tell your mom. I was like, call her then. Call the po-po hoe. Because little did y'all know, I tell that motherfucker everything. She know all about what y'all be doing. So go ahead and play face.
They threatened to call your mom on you.
Try it, bitch.
My mama like me more than she like you.
Exactly.
Tell her.
Exactly.
Okay, so not heard.
Not heard at all. Yep.
Tell me a time when you experienced something, either good or bad, that you know to be unique to you because you are a black woman.
Surprisingly, for real, I don't think I have a lot of those stories. I think really the main thing is when people talk about like my hair being extra frizzy and stuff like that, because I don't like using gel in my hair. Because I want my hair to be trained to stay flat on the sides. I mean, I feel like that's not for me, right?
She never wears her Angela Davis at work for regulational purposes.
I can't. I would love to. Let me tell you something. I realized underway they're a lot more relaxed with like hairstyles. Like I can have my hair in like a ponytail poof and it'll be cute, and they'll let that shit slide. But import, no, it's not happening.
Wait, when you say ponytail poof, like that should be legal now, right? Like, what are y'all's hair regulations on that?
It can't go past like if you're looking at me head on. You can't see it from looking at me, and it can't reach. I think 3 inches below the collar.
Okay.
My hair definitely does that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I may have skipped this question earlier. In the beginning of your career, when you needed guidance and mentorship, do you feel that those resources were provided, or did you have to seek them out?
I don't really know, cause
did you need guidance in the beginning of your career? I mean, if this doesn't apply, it doesn't apply.
So when it came to like having tact and having that emotional calmness, I definitely needed guidance. Cause thinking about on it now, like I was definitely a force to be reckoned with. Like I would really give them motherfuckers the work for real. Cause I mean, it's not like the attitude itself was bad, but the reasoning for my attitude was not bad. I just didn't have the tools to handle it. But as for like the resources and stuff, I had like a really good chief when I first got to my command. That motherfucker there, he was a real one. I'm telling you, I really don't feel like I will ever find another chief like that in my career. And I'm really sad that he left early because he got there a little bit before I did. So he was supposed to transfer a little bit before I did.
Okay.
And when I tell you, I miss the fuck out that motherfucker.
Aww.
Like I still talk to him every day now. And I talk all my shit. I be like, look, chief, let me tell you something. All right. Well, no, he made senior. So I'll be like, senior, let me tell you fucking something. These motherfuckers here trying me. He'd be like, it's okay. Just calm down. Just, you got to give them a chance. I'm like, no, fuck them. Like, fuck all this shit. And he'd be like, no, you can't be like that. You have to be open. And he's real, like, soft-spoken. He's real, like, that's just my fucking dog, bro. Let me tell y'all something. That's just my nigga. I don't know how else to say it. Best senior chief in the fleet right now. Let me tell you something. Mainly because my mom just retired. But
I was about to say, how long has he been the best? Because mom.
Nah, he was still my best. I couldn't even lie.
Wow.
He's still my mom. She's my mom, right? And I'm pretty sure for her sailors, like that, they were her best. But
right.
As far as my career and actually working up under a chief, that nigga right there was my favorite.
I got you.
Would never.
I feel you. Have you been able to make friends with other Black lady veterans? Have you been able to maybe build a village so far?
I would say yes.
All right.
Getting outside branches too. I've met a lot of Black veterans that I would be cool with.
That's what's up.
Given different circumstances. There's one female on the ship, Black female on the ship I'm really cool with. Like, she came to mom's retirement.
Nice.
Her retirement party too. Like, I'm real cool with her. I like her a lot.
Nice.
So yeah.
You got friends. You got a village.
Yeah. And for me, not liking people, I feel like that's a really good feat.
Look, that's a win.
A win is a win. A win is a win. Yeah.
Tell me a war story. And a war story in this context just means just tell me a story where you were tested, but you came out on top.
I know in deployment. So deployment was really hard for me, not because I was like away from my family or anything like that, because I'm used to that. But deployment was just real hard for me because, Lord. So in the beginning of my career, I was like sexually assaulted in A school.
Oh,
right?
wow.
And it was by Marines. So my base, we had Navy and Marines. Mm-hmm. Right. So when I went on deployment, my type of ship, like, we house a lot of Marines. Mm-hmm. And we do we take them, basically my ship is an amphib, so we take them from sea to shore with like LCATs and shit. Real cool. If you ever get to see it, dope as fuck. Alright, dope as fuck. But with me being surrounded with that many Marines and stuff, like, I couldn't sleep. I had a hard time sleeping. Like, I'd be on the mess decks at like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock playing spades just because I couldn't go to sleep.
Okay.
Right? So I went to medical and I went to go talk to the little fake ass therapist they had on board. Don't fuck with her either, but it's whatever. Cause she really told me, she was like, yo, and this is the shit that blew me. It blew the fuck out of me. She was like, well, I feel like what you're doing is you're using what happened to you as a crutch. I was like,
wow, bitch.
You know what? Fuck you, hoe. And I ain't gonna see her
Really?
after that, yeah. But they had put me on like what they put me on? They put me on like some type of sleeping medication and anti-anxiety meds. But these little white pills that they use for that sleeping medication put me the fuck out, dog.
It was potent.
I was fucking gone forever. Aaron Hernandez. Let me tell you something.
She said Aaron Hernandez.
I was gone forever, right? But I would wake up and I'd be like super groggy, or I wouldn't wake up at all. I'll oversleep like a bitch, right? And this is the only time I could really say I really didn't like my chief, the one that I was really cool with. Yeah. But eventually we got over that because it was cool. Okay. But at this point, I was working at SEALs admin, right? So I was up there with the AO. Okay. Right, but
what's AO stand for?
Admin officer.
Right on.
I have to forget there's other services. They don't know. They don't know like that. Anyways, they not hip to the game. Anyways, but no, like, I was really struggling. Like,
I mean, that's a lot to struggle with.
I would feel like that would be like the lowest point in my military career for real. Because I was not waking up. I was barely getting any work done. So my chain of command, they sent me up to Mass for UA and dereliction of duty. Which really confused me, because you would think UA, we can't find this motherfucker. Right. Dude, we were in the middle of the water, and I was in my rack. Like, y'all could have got me. Wow. I don't know what the fuck UA y'all talking about, but whatever. It's fine.
Real quick, UA stands for?
Unauthorized absence.
Okay.
Right. But, no, so they sent me up to Mass. I went to DRB, which is, where you hit the chief level first. Basically told me I ain't shit. I ain't never gonna be shit. They don't want me in their Navy. Right? In my ass. Oh God. In my ass. I'm a real people pleaser, so I don't like disappointing people. So I was crying. I was like, all snotty and shit. Wow. Yep. And then what's crazy is, so like, when I was standing up there for DRB, you had to stand in front of like the Master at Arms shack.
So what does DRB stand for? Are you saying DRB?
DRB, yeah. It's like disciplinary review board. There we go.
You got it. Come on, admin.
Almost forgot.
Come on, admin. You got it.
But when I was getting ready, I was standing there, like, the other people I was going up with, you would see all their chain of command.
Wait, y'all went up as a team?
It was more than one person. But one person would go in at a time and get fucked up. Right? Okay. Go in one at a time and get fucked up. It was for different shit, but it was just, all at once.
They want to knock y'all out on the same day.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So, I ain't have nobody there, bruh. Not like everybody else's chain of command was coming. They was there. They was looking over their uniform, all that good shit. Yeah. I ain't have not a damn person. The only person I had was my boyfriend. And I ain't have no ribbons. He went to go get me some ribbons real quick. Aww. It was real cute. Real cute, like. But it was because he had been up too. 2 months before. But
not that day.
Not that day.
Just overall.
But prior to he had. But yeah, so he helped me out.
And that's why y'all together. That's why y'all was getting on good.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. Anyways.
Goddamn.
Anyways. But yeah, so I went to DRB. Mm-hmm. Got fucked up there. Okay. Then I went to XOY, which is for the XO. It's his time to shine, basically.
So the XO gives you that work as well?
No, actually, he doesn't.
Okay.
So he just kind of went over the facts and was like, oh, he decides whether he's going to stop it there or keep it going to the captain. He didn't stop it. It kept going. Right.
Shit.
And then we got to the captain's mass. And let me tell you something. I never realized how two-faced these motherfuckers could be. But
you learned that day.
I learned the fuck out of that day. Like, I can vividly remember the shit. So, when you go up to mass, you're supposed to stand still, hands at attention. You gotta stay at attention the whole time. You can't make no expressions.
Right.
Man, so they was going through the line, right? My chief, my dog, my real nigga. He was like, well, I think I was a third class at this point. I don't remember. But he was like, oh yeah. And then he was like, well, YN3, I feel like she could have such great potential and this, that, and the third, but she's just not focused. I was like, okay, fair enough. I was like, I'm not even mad about that. Because, they can't, kiss ass too much. It's mass, right? If the sailor was that good, why would you send her up, right? Something like that.
Right.
But then it comes from my administrative officer.
Also, hold on. I'm not able to focus. Didn't you just go through an assault?
Oh, no. This was an A school.
Oh, so this was...
So, yeah. It was a year or two. It was some time ago. Okay. It was a time period ago. It wasn't the same thing.
All right. They didn't. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
And then, here comes my department head, my AO. This motherfucker be like, since I got on board the ship, YN3's, what was that, third class? I think it was third class. YN3's work has been subpar, this, that, and the third. And I was like, I really broke attention. I turned my head, cocked my head to the side and dropped my jaw. Because I was like, motherfucker, you lying. I was like, if my work was so subpar, why was I working next to you in your office? Does that make sense? No. It don't make sense at all. And my captain, he saw it. He was like, oh, do you think what he's saying is a lie? Do you think they're picking on you? And I mean, I really hate questions like that because you right in front of your chain of command. You really gonna be like, oh yeah, I think they're picking on me. Like, nigga, come on, be for real. Be for real. That shit don't make no sense. But he ended up telling me to leave and to come back later. He was like, I'm gonna take time to review your file, your case. And so that's what he did. I left. I was confused as fuck. When I tell you I was confused, I walked out and I looked around and the MA that was there escorting us, she was like, oh, what did he tell you? I was like, to come back. He said he was going to look at my case. And she was like, okay, then you can go back down. I was like, oh, okay. You can go get changed. Oh, okay.
Wow.
It was just that. So then when I lined up again, went through the whole thing, right? Mm-hmm. I come in there and then he go through his whole little spiel and he basically was like, yeah, I'm going to dismiss your case.
Right on.
I'm going to dismiss your case and my only thing is for admin to assign you extra military instruction for a week. I was like, or for 2 weeks, a week or 2 weeks. I was like, oh.
Okay.
I started crying. I was like, cause when I tell you I was so nervous, I was like, this is gonna be my record. I was like, I'm gonna lose my rank. I'm not gonna get money. I was like, oh my God, I mean, what I'm gonna do without my phone? I need music to survive. If I don't have music, Lord, I'm gonna cry.
They take away your phone like that?
Bro, they take away your phone, your everything.
For getting masted?
Yeah, bro, you really like locked up for real. Locked up, they won't let you out.
Wow, so you really did beat the charges.
Exactly. Beat the case. But no, I really came out, and they ended up getting in trouble for sending me up because they couldn't. They sent me. They had during this whole process, they had sent me TED to like the damage control petty officer team. Basically, we just do maintenance around the ship. Mm-hmm. And they couldn't remember when they sent me. They didn't remember at all. Oh, okay. And that was a whole other thing. They were like, "How's the sailor supposed to know that you give a fuck about them if you're not even gonna remember the day that they left the department and stuff like that?" Right. So they ended up getting in trouble for sending me up.
That's what I'm talking about. I love when shit works out.
Exactly, right? Exactly. Make you feel good about yourself.
Hell yeah. You did mention that you have ranked up. I think you're an E5 now?
Yep.
Right on. Whoa. So do you feel that the way you have been treated has improved with rank?
I mean, as far as like going on working parties, basically like lugging boxes and stuff, I don't do that no more. Mm-hmm. But I would say no. I mean, even as like a third class or like a seaman, especially working in admin, you're always around khakis and stuff.
Oh, one pause for the cause. What are khakis?
Oh, like E7 and above or officers.
Okay, so anyone E7 and above gets to wear khaki suits?
Yeah, so we have a uniform and it's used the naval service uniform. For enlisted, junior enlisted, it looks more like a khaki shirt and navy blue bottoms. Okay. But for a khaki, they wear khaki bottoms. Okay. And a khaki shirt. They wear all khakis. All right. So they're khakis.
Right on.
Right.
I get it now. Thank you for the explanation.
So, no, I don't know. Honestly, I felt like it was a lot harder for me after I made second because I was put in a lot more leadership positions. Mm-hmm. But there was people there who saw me like as a third class or as a seaman. Mm-hmm. So they really weren't trying to hear what the fuck I had to say. Like, for instance, it was one point we had to do this ventilation maintenance, and I had told the guy, there was one of these guys, it was like a PS2, and he usually did the maintenance. He was the only one on the ship who knew how to do the fucking maintenance.
PS2? Because it sounds like a video game right
personnel
now.
Specialist.
Second class. Okay, cool. Go ahead.
So, he was the only one that knew how to do the maintenance. He was like, well, I've done it for the past 3 times. There's other people who know how to do the maintenance. Aren't you qualified to do the maintenance? And me and him went back and forth in his office in front of his junior enlisted. And I was like, that was like mad unprofessional. And I really like did not fuck with him after that. Actually, I didn't fuck with him before that, but that's another story.
So nothing changed.
Nothing changed. But no, it was just a whole back and forth. Like, I really had to go to his chief for him to be able to do that maintenance. And then he even got out of it because he had to go underway. But it was the fact that it wasn't just like, okay, yeah, I got you, I'm gonna help you out. It was more like, no, I'm not doing that shit. And I told him, like, I was working it with him too. I was like, well, I don't know how to do the maintenance, and nobody else knows how to do the maintenance. But you can do the maintenance this time, and I'll walk through it while you're doing it, so I know how to do it. And we can start like a rotation. I can train other people how to do it, and it can get done. And you don't have to always be the person. And he was firing me on that shit too. He was like, no, I'm not doing that shit. I was like, all right, motherfucker, listen here. But I had got real stern with him. I was like, look, I ain't got time for that shit. So what's going to happen is you're going to do this fucking maintenance, and that's just how it's going to be. And I said that shit in front of his sailors and everything. Because I was like, I got fed up because I was real patient. The whole time I was talking soft. I was trying to work on my emotional state. I was trying to rise above the influence. And this motherfucker just wanted to see me down. I was like, I had to become that bitch. I had to be like, all right, motherfucker, listen to me. This is what we're not finna do. I don't give a fuck about your feelings. You gonna do this maintenance because this maintenance has to get done. You gonna figure it the fuck out. And I walked out.
Right on. Good.
Yep. I still had to end up doing the maintenance. But the point is, I stood my ground. I stood my ground. That was the point. I stood my ground.
So it did not improve. But also, you ranked up in front of people that you had been lower ranking in and had to stay in that department, in that position. Mm-hmm. All right. Has there ever been a tough situation that you were in that another black lady helped you out, another black lady veteran? Or has there ever been a situation where you helped out another sister?
I don't think there's been another situation where I helped out another sister, but I can't remember two. I can remember one. Mm-hmm. So it was some warrant officer. He came in wanting us to put our command letterhead on some letter for him, and we were basically telling him, we were like, no, that's not how any of the shit works. Like, we're not doing that. I was like, all of our administration stuff has to go through our AO. Like, for us to put letterhead on it, it has to have her approval, and we're just not going to put letter on some shit because you told us to. Like, that's not finna happen. Sorry. Sorry your little bar doesn't work here, but dog.
We follow procedure around here.
I apologize. But no, he had started cussing out the whole office, and he was like, fuck admin the shit, admin this, that, and the third. Going in POH, just yelling, having a whole argument because I really told him, like, we're not doing that. And luckily my second class, like, my LPO was there, and he helped me out, but he could only do so much. But our AO, who was a black female at the time, a black lieutenant, she had came down here and, like, wrecked his ass up. She was like...
Oh, and the gentleman throwing this tangent, is he...
He's Caucasian. White as fuck. White entitled ass officer. Anyways, but she, like, had caught him in the P-way and was really like, you're not gonna talk to my sailors like that. Like, you're bugging the fuck out right now. Like, what are you doing? They're like, if you have a problem with them, you can come talk to me because I'm the one who told them to do that shit. Because they were right. They weren't wrong.
Right.
So she kind of helped us out there. I remember that. That shit was cool as fuck.
Hey, shouts out to that lieutenant.
Lieutenant.
All right, lieutenant, give him that work, lieutenant.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God. Right.
I hope you get a lot of promotions, ma'am. Tell me something that you wish you had known before joining the service.
There's nothing that I really wish I would know because for the most part, I was really integrated into, like, everything. My mom was in the Navy. I was already hip to a lot of the shit. Mm-hmm. But a skill that I wish I would have had before joining the Navy is tact. Basically, telling somebody how to go fuck themselves without saying, hey, go fuck yourself. Like, doing it respectfully without... Basically, I want to hurt people's feelings. I want to be nice, nasty with their ass, for real. I wish I would have learned that. I wish I know that now. Because I find myself in a lot of situations where I have to use that, where I really just want to be like, who the fuck are you talking to? Like, I really want to be pressing these people, but I can't. I really just want to just... You remember that skit, Kevin Hart, when he was like, you even got to touch your lady, you just got to outline their face. Like,
I'm outlining these people. I mean, respectfully.
I want to outline their face so bad.
Do you feel that you are a better leader or will be a better leader than the ones you grew under?
No, I know for sure I'm going to be a better leader. And I say that because, especially with all the talks that I have with my mom about a lot of the shit that's going on, like, that happens throughout my chain of command and all that good shit, I already feel like for my rank, I'm too smart for these people.
Right on.
Like, there's a lot of situations where I was just like, that shit don't make sense. Y'all sound stupid as fuck. Like, why would you even... Mm-hmm. Or why won't you take care of your sailor? I mean, I feel like I'd be a really good chief.
Right on. Because
I'm really, like, a person that's for the sailors. Like, I really care about, like, sailors' well-being. Even now as a second class, like, I have 2 mentees. They both crackheads. Let me tell you something. And they both fucking headaches to the gods. But when I tell you, I will go back for these motherfuckers. Right like, on. When it comes to anything. I remember so I have 2. And, you know, when you get, like, 2 kids, right? Mm-hmm. One of them's going to be like, your golden child. And the other one's just going to be like, yo, like, you finna make me get a headache. Like, what is wrong with you? Right? But for my golden child, you know, she be on her shit.
Right on.
And especially when her chain of command, like, I really be going head to head with these officers about her. Right on. Because they be trying to talk shit. And I really just be like, for what? Like, where's the proof? Please show me.
Right on.
And a lot of situations they be talking about, like, I be there for it because I'm always hanging around her. So I be there for it. And I'm really just like, I remember it was one time, I don't know I can't remember what the situation was. I just know it was one of her chiefs trying to talk to her crazy. And I looked at him. I was like, Chief, excuse me. Like, are you okay? You good? Did we have a disconnect here? Like, what's going on? And he was like, oh, no, why? It's not like that. I'm like, oh, okay. They keep it like that. Like... really be having to press them because they really be testing them. But for this other one, this crackhead, she's just a child. You gotta grip by the hair and be like, bro, get it together. Like, it was one instance she went head to head with this officer, and she was definitely in the wrong for me, knowing what I know, I was like, she was definitely in the wrong. She shouldn't have responded like that. I told her, I was like, you need to go apologize. She was like, for what? I didn't do that. I was like, we not doing that. With me, I'm not doing that back and forth. I was like, I don't got time for that, and I don't care enough. You need to go apologize to that person. Because you was wrong, and you know you was wrong. So get your attitude, get your pride together, pack it up, put it in the bag, throw that bitch out the window, go apologize. So I really feel like I'd be a really good chief. That's why I feel like I'd be a really good chief.
Look at you taking crack off the streets.
Exactly.
I love it. Okay, are there any sisters in service that inspire you? They can be active, reserve, any branch, at any time period.
I know it's going to sound real cheesy.
Say it.
But my mom.
Aww.
Yeah.
The senior? I love it.
Senior.
Come on, Anchor with the Star.
Exactly. But I would say my mom only because, like, for real, if there was, like, any role model on to how to be a chief and how to take care of your sailors, it was definitely my mom.
Get it.
Definitely my mom. I would say between her and my chief that I had when I first got to the command, them two motherfuckers right there have set the standards for every chief that I want to have over me. And these motherfuckers not meeting the mark. But that's neither here nor there. It's the fact that these two, like, my mom really set the standard. And what's crazy is her sailors really be like, oh my God, your mom is like, she's low-key, she's so nice and she's so great, but she's low-key like mean as fuck. And I was like, y'all don't even know the half of it. She can't even say half the shit she want to say to y'all. We get everything. We the ones who got beat. Like, what are you talking about? I was like, we the ones who just get cussed out for no reason. Like, it's crazy. Like, y'all don't even got it that bad. Chill out. You're fine. Like, I really feel like, I think she told us she made one dude cry. And I was like, cry for what? This shit's not even that deep. But yeah, definitely my mom. She definitely set, like, one of the standards. Because even the shit that I be telling her that be going on with my chain of command, and I'll express my opinion on how the shit should have been handled. And she be like, yeah, you're right. And I was like, I know I'm right. When am I ever wrong?
Come on now.
When am I ever? Because even a lot of shit, she be like, even a lot of shit I be telling her that be going on, she be like, yo, like, what is wrong with your chain of command? Like, she was like, you really have a shit ass chain of command. I was like, thank you. It's like, I know I'm not the only one.
It's not just you.
It's not just me.
That was the perfect answer, and I loved it. Let's say you were just starting out life on your own right now, and you were presented with the opportunity to join the service for the first time ever. Knowing what you know now, would you still join?
Yes.
All right.
I feel like I was really, the family being in the military, I was really groomed for the military. Like, my personality was really groomed for the military. So, I mean, I came in being ready. Would I have done some things different? Yeah. Definitely. Would I took the opportunity to cuss people out when I could? Yeah, most definitely.
There were some uncussed people you wish you had cussed out.
Exactly. Because sometimes I really just feel like, we gotta have these opportunities in the military. Like, I'm not saying every day. Probably like once a quarter. I need once a quarter just to like pile up everything and just let it fly. And I'm not talking about like be disrespectful to people like, fuck you, fuck your family, fuck your rapid ass team. Like, I'm not talking about taking the time to go sit down with like a chief or a senior chief or like your officer and be like, dude, as a chief, you really ain't shit, for real. Like, as my leadership, you really ain't shit, for real. Like, this is what you need to do better on. This is what I see as the problems, this disconnect. Because I even try to work with these people, which is crazy. Right? For me, that's crazy. Because I don't do that shit. Because I don't feel like I should have to. I don't feel like I should be a better chief for me than you can be for me. Like, that's sad. Dude, come on. You a chief. You was put in leadership position. Lead, motherfucker, do your job, nigga. Like, you get paid. Just lead. It don't take nothing but to be here for people. Like, it was one instance I don't talk to this man. Like, me and him really had the heart to heart. And I don't open up to a lot of people, but I open up to his ass. Not about everything, because you can't trust these souls out here. Right. But enough to where it's basically like, look, this is the type of person I am. Right. At one point, he was like, yeah, I heard from other sailors and khakis that you have an attitude problem, this, that, and the third. I was like, look, this is how I work. Right. You telling me after me being in trouble for it, I was like, I can't work like that. I'm not going to relate the issue with the solution. Right. That's not me. Right. I was like, if you hear it, just tell me, pull me to the side, just talk to me about it. Right. That's how I work. That's how I operate. Just tell me up front. Don't sugarcoat shit with me because I don't sugarcoat shit with y'all.
Right on.
You got a problem with me? Let me know. If you feel like right then and there, hey, this is not working out. You need to do something different. Cool. Check. Figure it out. No factor. Like, I got you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But he don't do that. After I talked to him, he still was hard-headed as fuck. I was like, whatever. I was like, I fucking tried. All right. I can only do so much as a person. I can only rise so high in a short amount of time. Fuck you, nigga, and everything you stand for. Oh, God. Like, I tried.
Period.
You ain't never gonna say I ain't never tried.
You did your part.
Exactly.
Right on.
I did more than my part. Because, motherfucker, I shouldn't be reaching out to you. You should reach out to me as my leadership.
Right.
Make it make sense. So, dude sat me down, right? It was my chief, some outside random ass mass chief and senior chief too. They sat me down. They talked to me, bro.
Oh, Lord.
And they're like, I forgot what the whole conversation. They're like, well, he was like, I just felt like you were going down a bad path, and I brought these people in here to talk to you. And I have a thing, right? Before I continue with the story, I have a really bad, I can't hide what I'm feeling on my face, and that's gonna come in a part later.
You have a very honest, emotional face. All right.
Exactly. Right? And I get like real emotional. Like I told you, I get real passionate about what I do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna play into a part later. Basically he was sitting me down and then he was talking to me, and then he was like, yeah, so we was talking to you told me that you were gonna go to color guard practice today, and there was no color guard practice today, so you lied to us. I said, skirt, pause. Not what I did. There is a color guard practice today. I have text message proving it. We have practice today. It's just gonna be the mistakes. And then so that was the whole thing. And then he was like, well, I talked to Master Sergeant and he said that you were never at practices. I was like, how you gonna talk to the motherfucker that's never at his own practices?
Wow.
But they put me in charge of practices. I have videos and XYZ showing that I've been at practices. And the senior chief, he's decided to speak up and be like, oh, well, why would you need proof? Why can't you just trust him? I was
because
like,
of times like this, bitch.
Exactly. And I was like, why should I trust y'all to take care of me? I asked him that. I was like, what benefit do I have trusting y'all to take care of me when y'all have never shown me that y'all can take care of me? I was like, to be honest with you, I don't trust you. I can't trust you as far as I could throw you. And that's not very far, bitch. I'm not that strong. I was like, I don't. I sat there and told him, I was like, I don't trust you. Never have, never will. And they were like, well, that's the problem right there. I was like, why is it a problem? Why is it a problem that I can't trust? Well, no, you're right. It is a problem that I can't trust my leadership. But why is it a problem for y'all? Because I can take care of my own self? Like, dude, come on. Dude, make it make sense.
Did the treatment improve after that? No.
I'm still on team fuck that nigga. So.
Wait, fuck all three of them, or just that specific one?
Oh, just vice chief.
All right.
The other two I really don't have a problem with. They're not my department. I don't work for them. Right?
So were they just there as witnesses?
They were there as a witness and to help put their little input on the situation. Regardless, I don't give a fuck why they're there. I won't even bother with him. For real. Because I would sit there. Oh, why? I forgot. So as time he was talking to me, right? Mm-hmm. And he was saying all this shit, basically called me a liar. He basically called me a liar, said I didn't care about my job, and said that I wasn't doing my job. My face immediately turned to the really nigga look, or like my mouth was dry, or I looked at him like I was confused as fuck. Because I was confused as fuck. And then he was like, oh, well, I guess you just don't fucking care then. I guess you just don't fucking care. I was like, bitch. Just like, whoa, I was dumbfounded. I was really blown for real. I was like, that's crazy. That's wild. But he's also the type of chief, like, if he's mad at me, bro, he won't say shit to me. Like, I forgot why I pissed him off or how I pissed him off one day, but he did not say shit to me afterwards that whole day. Even, like, to give me work. He didn't say shit to me that whole day. I was like,
but you didn't miss the conversation with him, did you?
I was like, damn, this really the type of chief that you are? Just because you mad at your sailor, you're not finna talk to them? You know how childish that is? I don't even do that shit no more. I was like, you're supposed to be leading me and you can't talk to me? That's a problem, big dog. Maybe you get your anchors revoked.
If you had a daughter or any young, impressionable black girl in your life that you cared about, and she was considering a life in the military, would you try and talk her out of joining, or would you encourage her?
Something that's more is like the prospect of like if it was my daughter, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I first heard this question, my initial thought was no. Right? No, go ahead, find something better than do. Right? But then I thought about it. I took the time. I was like, I know for my daughter, if she's going up with me, she gonna be one hell of a bitch. Let me tell you something. Like, just as like my mom prepared me for the military, I'm definitely gonna prepare my daughter if that's the route that she wants to go. Cause knowing, you know, don't get me wrong, I would want her to further on the legacy. Cause I'd be damn that bitch in with me, right? But I would want her to further on the legacy. So I do feel like that I would try to push my daughter to join the military. Well, not push her, but if that's what she wanted to do, I would be there to support her in all her endeavors. But if that's also what she didn't want to do, all right, cool. What's your college plan? Because you're getting the fuck up out my house. Let me tell you something. Look, you got
she's taking your GI Bill. She's gonna take it.
Definitely the fuck not. Definitely the fuck not.
You not gonna give your kid the GI Bill?
Fuck no.
Wow.
Get it out the mud, bitch. Okay, wow. No, that's not true. If she didn't want to go into the Navy, she can have my GI Bill, right? Because I would have already got my college and stuff while I'm in the service. But if she going into the military, oh hell no, man, you got your own shit. You good, G? Live your life.
So she's got to join the Navy, huh? What if she wants to go to like the Air Force? Wow, this pause is wonderful.
So it's not that. I honestly, when I talk to people about this too.
What if your kid wants to go to the Space Force?
Oh God, that was a joke, right? He was joking, bitch. Oh God. You know, before people were really cool about people being gay or their children being gay, and they would pray. For real. And they would pray that their kid wasn't gay. I don't even pray for that. I'll be okay if my kids were gay. Lord, just let them be gay. Don't let them join the Space Force, bro. Just please, God. Just don't. Just, oh, shit. There's nothing wrong with the Space Force. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is not then one of my blood will be in the fucking Space Force. That's not happening. But no, just like I tell my civilian friends, if they want to go be, and I'm using some sorry for the people in these services, I'm really use some derogatory terms. If they want to go be jarheads, I let them crayon eaters. Honestly, I usually push people to go towards like the Navy more, only because I know about the Navy and I know like Army from what I saw and experienced through other people, right? They don't really care about their people after the service. Right, I know there was one of my friends, her sister got really fucked up in the Army, and they just let her go. They didn't give her no benefits, nothing after that, or like their psyche be real messed up, and they just let them go. Like, and I would tell my daughter to stray away from the chair force. I would tell her to stray away from the chair force because their advancement rate is not that high. Like me, I came in as a seaman because of ROTC. Mm-hmm. And honestly, because I made it before I hit 3 years, within 2 years of me being in the military, like I picked up second.
Get it.
So that's even why I tell like my civilian friends start thinking about joining too. I'm like, honestly, whatever you want to do in the Navy, you can do it. Or whatever you want to do in the military, you can do it. Just if you want to pick any branch, pick a branch based off of your advancement rate. Because honestly, like E4 or below, if you don't have BAH, bro, you don't get paid shit. Right. And through the Navy, like I was able to buy my own house.
Get it.
Right. Before, I don't have no kids. That's a plus. No offense to people out there that got the kids.
You're also very young, so.
Exactly. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So recruitment and retention is down across all the branches and with all of the demographics. Black women are not excluded from that. This was true even before the pandemic. Why do you think Black women are so disinterested in joining the military?
I would say it was mainly grooming standards. I would kind of say that's probably a big reason why. Mm-hmm. Because it's really hard. I mean, for me in particular, I don't like doing my hair. Let me tell y'all something. Like, when I was younger, my mom used to call that shit cranking the lawnmower. Like, I fucking hate that shit. And I would love to wear my hair out in uniform, right? Mm-hmm. Of course, keep it professional, make it look good. But there's a lot of, like, especially in the civilian sector, like, there's a lot of ways that Black females could wear their hair out and it still look good, it still look presentable, right? But it just recently took them forever to allow like braids and cornrows and locks and all that shit available in the military. So I really do feel like that's a big problem why. And I remember seeing this video on TikTok. These females had like this really, it's a natural. So on a white woman, it's a natural color.
Yeah.
It was like a blonde.
Yeah.
It was some type of blonde. On a woman, it was a natural color. But she had ended up posting a video with this blonde hair and uniform. And when I tell you that video had so much like exposure to it, and it was like this one other, they were in the army, and it was like this other white lady that was like, well, those aren't natural colors, this, that, and the third. I was like, but it's not like hot pink. It's blonde. It's natural. Like,
right.
Blonde is a natural hair color. But
right.
I really do feel like that's a big problem on why black females won't join the military. Because it's hard to keep the hair in the regulations. It's hard to keep hair in standards.
Right.
Like, it's even hard for me to keep my bun, like, within that can't go past the head regulations. Because I have a lot of fucking hair.
Right.
So, especially if my hair is not wet, brushed down, and then put into a bun, like, my bun's going to be big as fuck. And it's just hard.
It's a lot to deal with. You're right.
That's a lot to deal with. And plus, putting your hair back into the bun every day, that's not good for your hair. It's not good for your edges. At all.
I think you could get VA benefits for hair loss, though.
Oh, disability.
I think you can get like a certain percent. Also, anybody who hears this, please go ahead and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Or validate me if I'm right.
Exactly.
If you were conducting this interview, from where I'm sitting, what question would you have asked you that I did not ask you? What did I miss?
Well, this wasn't really about, like, black females in the military. It's more like about the outreach and the openness about the whole sexual assault stuff. Because I don't feel like that. Honestly, like, they say what they say. But at the end of the day, they not really doing shit for it. Like, I mean, if you go, you get your counselings and all that good stuff. But let's not talk about what we doing to treat the problem. Right. Let's talk about what we doing to prevent the problem. Like, it's the same concept that goes back to you can't have your shoulders out in school because boys gonna look. Fuck them niggas, bro. Fuck them boys. Nobody gives a fuck about them for real. No offense. But still, like, let's talk about what y'all doing to curb the issue. What do y'all do? Because there was, like, even, like, if you look up the stories, I can't remember if there's a story about it or not. But I know that, like, let's say, like, a officer sexually assaulted some enlisted girl, right? Mm-hmm. All she would get is that counseling, that treatment, and that so on and so forth. And they would get split up in commands.
Right.
Bitch, if you weren't in the Navy, you'd be going to jail.
Right.
Like, come on. But no, because he's an officer, they're going to keep it under wraps. They're going to sweep it under the rug.
And he's going to keep getting promoted.
Exactly.
He's going to be someone's CO one day with an assault charge under his belt.
Not even a charge, because bitch didn't get convicted.
With assault and possibly rape under his belt. So when someone comes to him and complains that they've been assaulted,
and then they're gonna be like, "Oh, well."
Yeah, he's just gonna ignore the shit because he did it and got away with it, so it's not a big deal.
Exactly.
He doesn't even respect the concept of it. What are you complaining that someone? You should have seen what I did.
Look, tough titties.
Right. Well, is there anything you would like to leave our audience with?
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me take
She's taking her glasses off. She's getting ready for this one. Come on,
right.
admin.
So look, right? Whether there's like junior listed people, mid listed people, leadership, let me tell y'all something. The shit is not that deep. All right? Let these people go home to their families. The job will still get done regardless, right? Fuck these people and their feelings. It is never that deep. If someone's talking to you sideways, let them talk. You don't want them cuss them out, but then you gotta remember, bills is a thing, right? Car payments, insurance, that is a thing. And at the end of the day, these motherfuckers don't write your check. Your check is written by Uncle Sam, all right? You gonna always get paid the 1st and the 15th. Let me tell you something, right? Maybe the 30th and the 14th if you got Navy Fed. You gonna always get paid. Fuck these people and their feelings. You can do bad by yourself. Period, the end, mic drop.
Thank you so much. Thank you. This was informative and entertaining. Thank you for your time. Thank you for sitting down and sharing your story with me.
Oh, God.
All right, so we're going to wrap it up now. To the listeners, y'all have a good one now. Bye. And that wraps up our second episode of the Seasoned Vet podcast. Thank you so much for tuning into the show. And a special thank you to our wonderful Navy sister who made this interview possible. Now, If you are or know a Black lady veteran who would like to sit down with me and be a part of the show, please email me at seasonedvetpodcast@gmail.com. Or you can call or text message me at 713-254-0970. You can also find, follow, and inbox me, The Seasoned Vet, across all platforms of social media. That's at Real Seasoned Vet on Twitter, at Seasoned Vet Podcast on Instagram, at Seasoned Vet Podcast on TikTok, at Seasoned Vet on YouTube, Seasoned Vet on Facebook. Y'all, I'm so out there, I'm even on Spoutable. That's at The Seasoned Vet on Spoutable. Now, if you like what you heard, please like it, share it, rate it, and leave a good review on whatever platform you're listening to this on. And if you're listening to this episode on the day that it drops, happy last week of Pride Month, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, fall out.